Well, hello again, folks, and welcome to my Shell Busey OmBuseyMan blog. The blog that brings the answers to you, and answers that are so important that, if you live in a home that has a basement and you're now thinking of that mortgage helper, and you know what a mortgage helper is, that is a suite in the basement where you can, bring a little income in to help pay the mortgage. There's a lot of it going on today, and I totally agree with it. First and foremost, always make sure that you're within the laws, the bylaws of your city or community. Okay, always check, do you require building permits, etc. I think you'll find you do. Okay, because you want a legal suite. You don't want something that's illegal. But a lot of homeowners don't think too much of putting a tenant in the basement to live below their family living area until such time as somebody moves in and paying their rental rate, and they forgot one thing, and that is soundproofing the floor. Soundproofing that cavity down below that is going to, one way or the other, affect your comfort and your, potential sleep upstairs in your living area. So what do? Well, let me draw a line here and we're going to call that the subfloor. Okay, that's the subfloor. Now the subfloor is where you walk and talk up here, and you do your workings, and all your workings, be it on the table for dinner, so you got banging of plates and cups and saucers and all that sort of thing. And you got bangity clangy clang. Well, you don't think too much about it, but what about the people downstairs? But what happens if they do the same down here? Or they may have a TV down here, like so, and they're sitting maybe at their bar watching the evening news, and they're sitting in here and thinking, the noise from here, be it noise in the form of music or be it noise in the form of a game of hockey or football or basketball, but all that noise is going up top. So you get the noise up going down, and you get the noise down going up. What do you do about it? Well, I know what most people have done. They've taken the subfloor, and here's your joists. Those are your floor joists. Okay. And those floor joists, you've put in here some sound insulation. And it could be fiberglass insulation. It could be rock wool insulation. It could be Roxol. It could be John Mansfield fiberglass or John Mansfield rock. It could be any type of insulation that has that sound feature. And then you put drywall on. Well, the problem is, what you've done, you've put a skin up top being the subfloor, you put drywall down below with insulation between the joists, between your ceiling and the subfloor, and really, it's just not enough. It's not enough because air spaces will be air attenuation sound barriers, but the more you add, the better it becomes. So your insulation, notice where I put that insulation? I put it in the middle of the joist. See right there? It's in the middle. And I did that purposely because you want an air space there, and you want an air space there. And then what do? On the underside of your joist, you don't put drywall first. you put what's called Donna conna. I'll put it down here. Donna conna. Now, Donna conna is a wood fiber board, half-inch thick. Some people will call it bulletin board material, where you punch thumbtacks in and put it on the wall for bulletin board or put it behind a dartboard. That's Donna conna. Some people call it tin test. Well, tin test is an old name. It goes back to when I was first getting into the business, okay? And International Panel Boards was the company, ISB. But Donna conna is still available, and we put that on the underside of the joist, forming that airspace above the Donna conna and above the batt of insulation, which is going to be very likely R20. R20. And, or it could be, well, it could be R15. But as long as it's an insulation batt that is of the sound barrier type, rock solid or fiberglass, it's one of the more common. Yellow fiberglass, pink fiberglass, all the rest of it. Okay? And then you got the Donna conna. Now, on the underside of the Donna conna, what we do, we put what's called acoustical channel. Okay? Acoustical channel. Acoustical channel. Now, acoustical channel is a metal, it's a metal material that is in the form of a channel that you can screw drywall to. And it is a formed metal that is about 1/2 to 3/8 of an inch, depending on the branding, on the underside. And then you screw your drywall to that. Okay, so this is your drywall. I'm going to put it as solid in there as I can. And that's your drywall. Okay, like that. There's your drywall. Now you got another airspace here. Another airspace. So now you got down here, you got the TV blaring away. But now you got all these items. You've got, first of all, the drywall. Then you got an airspace. Then you got the Donna conna. And then you got the airspace. And then you got your batt of insulation, R20. And then you got the airspace and then your subfloor. Hey, now you hear, you might hear the bass of a, say a stereo. Okay? And you know how we like to have music turned up sometimes, and well, that's one thing too. I write into the lease or the rent or whatever it is you're drawing up between you and the tenant, time-wise, on Monday through Friday and Friday through Sunday nights. Maybe you want to cut off at 11. Maybe you want to cut off 12. Maybe you want to cut off at 1. Whatever the case, just an idea. Put it in place. So there you have a sound system. Now there's only one more problem. And here it is. This is the biggest problem that you will ever satisfy yourself. That why didn't somebody tell you? Well, I'm telling you now, folks. It's just that easy. And what that is, I'm going to put a round pipe in there. Now, what do you think that round pipe is? If I put a boot in the ceiling, what is it? It is heat. H-E-A-T, from the furnace. And then you have a nice diffuser grill in the ceiling. And it's right over your eating area because you want that nice warm air coming. Or in the wintertime, warm. In the summertime, nice cool air conditioning. But what does that pipe become? What does it become? It becomes a telegraph, like a telephone, taking all the sound right up through and down the ducting it goes and up into your bedroom because it's on the same trunk line that's heating the basement as well as your bedroom. So, are you going to have comfort? Nope. You can't have comfort and noise being transferred to you. And boy, I'll tell you, there becomes some very interesting conversations and activities that is transferred through the ducts upstairs. Just think about that in the theater of your mind. Think about that. So what do? Well, you completely disconnect the energy that is going to be coming down the pipe into the basement suite and discontinue that altogether. So when you're doing your drywalling, you're going right over top. Doing your Donna, conna, you're going right over top. The pipe itself, you're disconnecting and duct taping it up and blocking it off. So therefore, it can't carry any pipe. It can still take energy in the form of heat up into your bedroom or your living area upstairs. Yeah, no problem there. You're just blocking it off. Anything from downstairs going upstairs. Well, what do you do down? You do you do what everybody does if they do it right. You put in either baseboard cabinet heaters or baseboard convection radiant heaters, or you put in baseboard heaters, electric. And then you put that into a separate electrical, you could put a new meter. That way they pay, so your tenant pays, or at least you can take your old electrical bills, BC Hydro bills, for an example, or whatever hydro authority is serving at home, and come up with an agreement that this is what your rate is going to be of rent, including heat. And if it's air conditioning, including air conditioning. But you got to get rid of that transfer of noise upstairs. Because if you don't, you're not going to have the comfort that you're looking for putting all this into place. It's just that easy, folks. And keep in mind, if you don't have this available to you, then just keep referring back to it, put it in a file, and keep it. Because you'll be able to come back to it later on in the file that you've saved in your computer. It's just that easy. Thanks very much again, folks, for watching my Busey OmBuseyMan blog, taking care of your problems. Until next time, love you all. Bye-bye for now.